Hey, greetings everybody. So, as some of you may have known, I've been having issues with my Sprint service for 2 weeks now. Today's Friday, the 26th. And over the last week, I've been calling them many times a day. And earlier, I talked to a gentleman named Brandon. That's a fly, by the way. It's Jeff Goldman. Always bothers me when I'm trying to act. Anyway, Brandon was quite nice, and he gave me this number that I'm now on hold waiting to get through uh, technical support. Obviously, not an issue with my phone. It's a tower issue. The tower's that way. I'm looking south of where I live. And, when it first started, I said, oh, it will be done in a couple days. And then, of course, later they said it'd be a couple more days. And then yesterday they said it'd be 24 hours. And today it still wasn't working. Basically, the issue is I cannot call from inside my room, or the front, or the street, or 4 blocks to the west, or 4 blocks to the east, or 4 blocks to the south. But if I go 80 feet to the back fence, to the backyard, I can indeed make calls, although they tend to get dropped often. I'd say 50% of the time. So, making this video record of getting back to the Sprint troubleshooting room. Oh, it's good to hear. Hello. I had called earlier today about an issue I've been having with my phone, and I'm calling from my roommate's phone. I talked earlier to somebody named Brandon, who was helping me troubleshoot this problem.
So this is for technical issue.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. So it means to say that it was not been finished yet. So you got disconnected, or what happened?
Oh, well, what's been happening now for 2 weeks is I cannot make any calls from my house or receive any text messages or receive any voice messages. I cannot make any. This is an issue that, for some reason, I can make calls in my backyard by the fence line, which is like 80 feet away, but cannot make any calls to the west or to the east of my house or to the south.
But regarding with your concern, I need to connect your call directly to our tech department to continue the diagnosing of your device, okay? Because we don't know if it's on your device already, the issue, or it's in the network, okay? So just please hang the line. I'll connect your call. And again, thank you for calling Sprint. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. I called the number that Brandon gave me that would put me directly into contact with them. So apparently that number got kafurgled. So, oh. Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize. How may I help you today?
I've been having issues. If I go to the fence line in my backyard, which is about 80 feet north of the back of the house, I can sometimes get a connection. Otherwise, it is consistently I have to go at least 4 or 5 blocks to the west, east, or south of where I live to get regular service that I had up until 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, let me look at it. I'm trying to see if I can pull some information on the towers there, because, like I said, that seems to be kind of isolated to that location. That very well could be what's going on, but let me look here and see if that might be the case.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll do it. Power completely off. Good.
Let me turn it off here. And okay, it's off.
at least as of right now, it looks like they should be up and working properly there, so it should be able to connect as far as I can tell. I got that down here, so we'll go ahead and turn the phone back on now.
Okay, hang on, please.
Sure.
Okay, it's on. It's okay. All right, it's on.
Okay. All right, so it's on. It may take a moment, but it may pop on the screen saying contacting network or updating profile, something like that. So we'll give it a moment. Just let me know if anything comes up on the screen there for you.
Oh, it did very briefly said it was searching for network for like 2 seconds.
Network, okay.
And now, yeah, it's on.
Okay. Okay, well, let me actually have you do this. If you get on the phone, I'd like to have you go into the settings. So we'll just press the OK key, and then it'll bring it to menu.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go down to settings and press OK on that.
To what?
We'll go down to settings.
Okay.
And after you're in settings, you'll have to go down to the bottom, where there should be an option that says others.
All right.
We'll select that.
Others. Okay.
And then we will go down to, there should be an option that says data settings, and we'll select that.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay. And there should be an option there that says update data profile.
Okay.
And then we'll select that.
All right. It says it's preparing.
Okay.
Please wait.
Okay. It may take a moment.
In the meantime, I've mentioned this to other people before, but just to let you know that I, was using a phone that I bought like 10 years ago. And once we figured out that it was not my phone and it wasn't an issue, I did go ahead and get a new phone a couple days ago. So this is the new phone I'm working with here now. I just figured after 10 years, what the hell.
Okay. So, all right, yeah, I mean, in that case, if I can tell, everything should be, but I mean, there may be something else going on still with the tower. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just try to mark the home address and submit that to my network team. But then we're still having issues there. It's not allowing you to make phone calls. And like, so this is only Sprint phone that was in the house. Because I know you said the other phone we're talking on is on another carrier. So this is the only Sprint phone that you had or that was in the house, right?
I have another roommate who has Sprint, but they're on a, I guess it's called the Wi-Fi network.
Okay, I see. So on there, I mean, is it a Sprint cell phone or is it like a hotspot or like internet device?
Oh no, this is a cell phone. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, does everything to work okay?
They have actually been having slow speed issues, but nothing approaching what I have been going through.
it should go through. Let me see here. I was trying to check if there's anything else on the camera that would cause it to have, because I mean, if it was this was something going on with the phone itself there still. So let me have you. I'm going to try to see if I can cycle a few things here. I'll have you power off the phone one more time.
All right, hang on, please. Okay, powered off.
Okay. Okay, good. So on the phone, we'll go ahead and turn it back on one more time.
Okay, hang on, please. Looking for service, entering Sprint service area. And now it's gone back to the checking for PRL update.
Okay, let's try to let that go through one more time.
Sure.
Just your phone that's having the issue, and just, I mean, at that location, I mean, there's not anything on the network that's causing it. It's just, like I said, if it was the network, no matter what phone you use there, they would have the same issue. Like I said, I mean, the line, I mean, this is something you can look into. The line is eligible for an upgrade that you could try to see if that may help if you were to get an upgraded phone other than the one you have right now. That may make any kind of difference at all, because all the phones are a little different. I mean, technically they all should work the same way, but they do have different signal antennas and signals and things like that they can run off to an extent. So, I mean, it could be something along those lines as well.
All right, I understand, but when I just want to know that when I go in there tomorrow and talk to whoever I wind up talking to, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is not my problem. This is a Sprint problem. So I don't want to have to deal with having to argue with somebody over whether I need to cough up money for an issue that is not my problem. I mean, this is stuff.
Well, I mean, if it's a device, I mean, I can take, because right now it's not going to be the towers, I can tell you that much. But if they have to do anything on the phone, any kind of service to the phone, there will be a service charge because there is not insurance on the phone. I can say that much.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, look, well, first of all, let me say to you, so I know that you're an employee of Sprint, I'm not trying to dump on you, but what I'm saying is that I have had 10 years of no problem service up until 2 weeks ago today. And so if I go to a Sprint store and have them check it out, I don't feel that I'm under any obligation to have to cough up any money. You see what I'm saying? This is not my problem. This is a Sprint problem. There are, you know, the towers in my neighborhood were not working 2 weeks ago. And over the course of 2 weeks, I've been told that Tower A will be fixed in so much time, Tower B will be fixed in so much time. And when these deadlines come and go, the same issue remains. And that was with the old phone and the new phone.
That's interesting. But let me look here running. I'm just going to check a few other things. I was trying to make sure that I cover all my bases here. I mean, do you mind if I place you on hold for just a brief moment? I was going to check a few other things just to make sure I've covered all my bases.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you. in particular, based off what, like I said, it started here 2 weeks ago, and get that taken care of.
Well, yeah, that's as I've said many times, it's I use my phone and the computer to get work, so it does put me in a difficult situation if I tell people that they can text or call me, and then I'm not winding up getting any, signal from them, unless I happen to hit a sweet spot in the backyard. I work in a very time-sensitive industry, so.
Did credit your service on the account?
Well, there's certainly that particular issue, because you obviously don't want to be paying for a service that is not working properly. And it does bring up the issue of how far is the company willing to go to be able to keep a customer that they've had for a decade. It raises
I will say this as well, actually, 'cause I was looking some because you just recently got the phone. Did you actually get that from the Sprint store?
Yeah, I went up to the Sprint store that's up the street from me.
Okay. Well, actually, because one thing is you just got that phone here recently. Now, that phone, there is a 14-day satisfaction return policy for any kind of issues or defects on the phone.
Sure.
So if you were to take that in there, that charge I was talking about, actually, I just now noticed this, there wouldn't be a charge because you're still within that return policy on the phone.
You mean but go ahead.
Right. So if you're able to get this storage at C, because they can swap it with another device, that would get us to where we need to be and make sure we have a service working for you.
Okay, well, that sounds good to me.
Okay, all right. Well, like I said, I'll go ahead and have the account on here for us. So, like I said, I'd like to try that first, and I believe we can get you a properly working phone. Everything should be working at the home address, because, like I said, the other phone is. But I'll go ahead and get everything put on here, and we'll make sure we get that taken care of for you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks again. And I did want to make sure, at least with my level of customer service as well, that you were satisfied with that before I let you go.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've definitely taken the time to try and understand what the hell's going on here.
Well, I appreciate your patience on it. So, I understand it's frustrating, so I want to do everything we can on this. So, like I said, I'll get everything put on the account. But it's getting there tomorrow when you get a chance. They should be able to go ahead and get that up. And if you have any other questions or anything besides that, feel free to contact us back. And we'll be sure to get you taken care of.
Okay, I will.
All right, sir. Well, thanks again. I hope you have a great night.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, bye. Well, there you have it. What you've just seen was obviously an edited version from a phone call that lasted well over 65 minutes, in which our protagonist still somehow managed to keep his wits about him and not explode, on a poor helpless Sprint employee. And so I'm going to designate this particular edited video as part 1. And once again, would like to reiterate that this particular problem has now been going on for 2 weeks today, Friday, September 26, 2014. I feel the need to mention the year because I personally am a stubborn individual and am going to see this through to its conclusion. And I will also say, as far as getting any other carrier at this time, I am in what's known as a rock and a hard place. So go ahead and look in the dictionary. See my picture, rock and a hard place. The cost to switch carriers at this point is still prohibitive, given the fact that Sprint has credited my account for the problems over the last 2 weeks, and should be willing to continue to do so, short of helping to pay my moving expenses to a place out of this particular neighborhood, which, as far as the Sprint coverage, regardless of what our friends said, other phones and devices that are working in this house, that they should be able to do that, right? Move me out to another place of work. So we'll see, and I will certainly keep you posted. And once again, please look for the companion video wherein I will be outside and I will have several blocks of wood which I will be destroying with an axe.